Just bombed my location, sir. Filipino soldiers' ultimate sacrifice against the ISIS-backed terrorist attack.
Sir, kung malayo po kayo, sir. Kumahin lang po yung location po, sir.
Videos with current events.
Has granted with special powers.
Videos with interesting stories.
Sikorsky S-70
Videos with thrilling facts.
coronavirus.
And entertaining videos. This is MIL Teacher Sir Arjay, where you can get your daily dose of reliable information.
During the Duterte administration, several wars have been fought against drugs, corruption, oligarchs, terrorists, and even the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite of this, Filipinos were able to overcome these wars, exposing several heroes who made a mark in our history. Last May 2017, the Philippine government is dealing with a crisis in Marawi City. Some local-backed terrorists have taken over the city, which is situated in the province of Lanao del Sur in Mindanao. This is where the story of a heroic young Filipino happened. Marawi City has become a war zone as ISIS-backed terrorists have taken up some parts of Marawi and burned down important structures. Amid the evacuation of residents and continued hostilities, the challenge faced by the Philippine military have become very obvious. The Sibugay Express Facebook page shared the heartbreaking story of a heroic 24-year-old soldier, Private First Class DHAN RYAN BAYOT from Zamboanga, Sibugay. He is the son of Sergeant Larry Bayot of the 1st Infantry Battalion and was also one of the Maoti fighters who were sent to lash out at terrorists linked to the Islamic terrorist group that attacked Marawi City, southern Philippines. Bayot was a part of a team of 9 soldiers from the 51st Infantry Battalion that was stationed in a detachment in Barangay Lilod, Marawi City on May 24. They were dispatched to the said post upon the request of a town mayor for added security. The mayor's residence was above the detachment. Bayot and his team were attacked just moments after they arrived at the post. A witness said that aside from the shots from both sides of the road, gunfire also came from the mayor's house. Apparently, the mayor's house was already overtaken by the terrorists or bodyguards that might have sympathized with the ISIS-backed terrorists. The soldiers themselves couldn't tell who was firing at them. They were caught by surprise by the burst of fire that seems to come from all directions. Not long after, 5 of Bayot's companions were dead. Moments later, 3 other soldiers were shot dead too. Bayot, the lone survivor, radioed his commanding officer for reinforcement.
Sir, kailangan namin ng reinforcement, sir.
While waiting, he collected the arms of his dead companions and used them against the terrorists. A few hours later, he called again. This time, the commanding officer replied and told him that they attempted to get the reinforcements to him twice, but they couldn't get through as the only passage to him had enemy forces waiting. This was when Bayot uttered his now famous words to his commanding officer.
Sir, kung malayo po kayo, sir. Kumahin lang po yung location. At saka, wala rin akong baka, sir. Marami sila, sir.
The young soldier already knew that the terrorists were about to capture him, but he would rather take them all down before they could get to him. Clearly, Bayot saw death as a more honorable option in order for the ISIS-backed terrorists to be hit without risking the lives of other soldiers. The heartbreaking tale didn't end there. Bayot's dead body and the remains of his comrades were retrieved on May 28, 4 days after they were killed. One of those who retrieved the remains of the soldiers was Bayot's own father, Sergeant Larry Bayot of the Division Reconnaissance Company of the 1st Infantry Division. Sergeant Bayot related that it took 4 units from different battalions of the Philippine Army to retrieve the soldiers' bodies because of the difficult terrain. He understood why it was really hard for reinforcement to get to his son. But what broke Sergeant Bayot's heart even more was that he saw his dead son's deformed face and the deep cut around his neck.
Alam ko na nga, basta sundalo tayo, mamatay tayo, pero parang hindi ko matanggap nga siya ang mamatay.
It's presumed that when the young soldier ran out of bullets, the terrorists might have taken turns of bashing his face with the rifle or smashing his face on the wall before slashing his neck in an attempt to behead him. Bayot's body was brought back to be buried in the family's hometown in Barangay Upper Tangi, Ipil, Zamboanga, Sipugay. The day after he was buried, President Rodrigo Duterte went to visit the Bayot family. Duterte gave Sergeant Bayot the Posthumous medal for his son, 250,000 in cash, and a pledge to give financial assistance to the Bayot kids who were still in school. President Duterte offered condolences and help to the bereaved family. In any case, when Duterte asked Sergeant Bayot what else he could do for the family, the father replied that his 18-year-old son wants to join the army too.
Kahit wala na yung kuya ko, gusto kong ipaglaban ang bayan.
Duterte said, "No, not yet. He has to finish his college first. Then, after that, maybe we can let him enter the army or even the police." Even with a dead family member, his father didn't regret letting him join the armed forces of the Philippines, as he also takes pride to what his son did for the country.
Proud man ako nga, hindi man siya nagkuhan sa
He
pagpaka.
even supports his 18-year-old son's ambition of becoming a part of the said organization. People who have been touched by the heroic act of the young soldier have remarked that it was quite ironic that in the language used in the region, the word bayot refers to someone who is gay or is a coward. That's definitely far from Private First Class DHAN RYAN Bayot and his family. Indeed, the men and women in uniform deserves all the support and respect that they can get. Heroism for a soldier is a do or die but never question why mindset. It is not about being self-centered, but it's about how much can you give for your own country.
If you like this video, please click subscribe button below and we have more videos for you. Thank you.